And therefore, Mr. Rume, is it now time for us to just relieve Keshi and let him take a bow at this time?
You see, as I told the new board, my friends who are members of the board, I said I would have allowed Keshi to swim or sink with the team, but haven't taken the decision, which they took, that he should disengage. Mr. President ought to have respected that. I think he went too far restoring Keshi because he had lost the dressing room.
Did he lose the dressing room or he lost the board?
He lost the dressing room. The board doesn't. I've been a member of the technical committee several times. So they don't select players for a coach. Yes. Keshi selects players. He has his own amazingly and an inexplicable way of getting players from nowhere. Now,
I'm sorry to interject, because when you say that he lost the dressing room, you have to consider the game against Congo.
No, not just that.
And you see the celebration of the players.
No, I mean, they had to celebrate, but we don't.
No, it's not just they could have celebrated without going to
let me say this. Keshi had media battles with several key players who on current form ought to be in the team.
Yes. Okay.
And he couldn't give us reasons why he was having battles with those players. And one of my colleagues here alluded to the fact that yes, we don't have great players in Europe anymore because that is a structural problem. The FA's developmental platform is faulty.
And that is not the fault of Keshi.
That is not the fault. Having said that, the South Africans who have played us don't have our talents. Yes. They played on a certain football philosophy. They got a very athletic team to run and run and run at us. Yes. They used their strength. Young team, the average age was 24. They brought a team that couldn't match us with skills, but decided to run. They were first to the ball. Each time an Eagle player had the ball, there were 3 South Africans closing in on them. And then the very construct of Eagles was faulty. Nobody plays modern football without natural fullbacks. Keshi plays central defenders as fullbacks, who wingers turn inside and take them to the wide position and score us from in the close angle. It's not done. It just shows a coach with sterile tactics, obtuse approach play, 4 midfielders, all of them defensive, no creative ability. Where are you going to get the goals from?
Okay, so when you say that and you still look back at the game against Congo, where did the goals come from?
Hey, trust Nigerians. We have a way of rustling it up. But you see, that's why I said, it doesn't work all the time. Yes. Right? The Congo had played us in Nigeria. So if we beat them away, it doesn't make any difference. But the football, apart from the fact that it wasn't pretty to the eye, we had our hearts in our mouths. Okay. We have more, we can put more on the table than Keshi allowed us.
Okay. All right. Let me ask you then, Fred, where do we go from here, especially when you consider the fact that NFF has its house with a bit of fire on the roof?
That's a very tough question, really. For me, I see football, first of all, as it's a team game. And the team in football is not only the 11 players. We have to have a team in the administration. You know, we had a situation, for instance, where Keshi wasn't in terms with the technical committee. They were not talking. They couldn't review their programs together. Going to the World Cup, even at the Nations Cup, they were quarreled from South Africa 2013 back to Nigeria. We quarreled from Brazil 2014 back to Nigeria, and we did the quarrel in Nigeria. I think that we need, first of all, to resolve those things. Thank God the Senate has been able to, so to speak, pass the NFF Act. So at least the issue of 2 documents governing Nigerian football at conflict, at least that will be resolved.
So it's no longer NFA, it's now NFF.
That Mr. President has not assented. I mean, they have to have a conference with the House of Reps and harmonize and then send to Mr. President. But at least we are going towards that direction, because you see, we had an NFF, for instance, or NFA, where at a point we had about 55 suits and counter suits in court. Everybody tearing at each other. the league was even no issue. And this is where the league is where you actually tune your football. That is I do not call it noise, but it's a generator, it's a generating plan. That is where you
I'm sorry, we've got to wrap up now. So in terms of what would be your thoughts regarding solution that will drive us forward, 2 sentences or 1 sentence?
We do not have to start aiming at immediate result. We are too competition based. We want to go to Nations Cup, we want to go to World Cup. And you see, back home, our nursery, our generation system is faulty. You cannot get it right up there. Once in a while you have luck like you had in South Africa 2013. But you see, obviously from the analysis we've given from 2000 to 2002 to 2004 to present day, we're having problems with our football in the office and in the admin and management, and it's showing in the team now. So yes, a little bit about competition, but see, let us build.
Okay, yeah. Harry, what's your own thought? What will be a way to say these are the things we must do within the next 6 to 9 months that will begin to create the change that we want to see?
The first thing we need to do is just to start from a clean slate. Let us move ahead and let us have a breath of, fresh air. Let a new man come on the saddle, technical wise, and that's the best way to go. Because to me, if you check all the 16 qualifiers, at least majority of them presently have foreign coach. Ghana just changed their own after 2 games, or after 3 games, and they qualified. A white guy came and they qualified. Who said we cannot ease out a coach in the middle of qualifiers? Brazil did that in the run-up to 2002 Korea, Japan. They changed 5 coaches and used 99 players, and they qualified for that Japan Korea and won the trophy there. Who said Nigeria cannot do it? But my senior colleague stated it here clearly. If you have lost the dressing room, for goodness sake, you're not going to get any result from that bunch. And I have never seen any Nigerian coach now that can take up the super egos of Nigeria. We need somebody to. It's just like the Super Falcons, because I have bias for the female.
Harry, I'm sorry.
We do not have any Nigerian that can take them to the World Cup. Those ones are going to. We've won African Women Championship 7 good times, and we'll go to. We are superpowers in Africa. We go to the world and become toddlers. 23 years we've been qualifying. This will be the 7th time of World Cup. And I said the coaches who are handling it
Harry, we gotta go.
cannot take out beyond 3 games.
We gotta go. But one quick one. I just need a yes or no. The problem with Nigerian football is not cashy, right?
Definitely it's not cashy.
It's not cashy. So we have
But the problem with the Eagles is cashy.
But if
he asked me Nigerian football.
The way forward.
The way forward. The new FA board, I have some confidence in them. I've brought mine to them. I think they have some developmental plans. I think they have strategies to bring more money to the game, to create some independence. They're going to reinforce the football league, like Fred said, which must be the bedrock of our football. And then they're going to have to make very clear-cut decisions, because for me, Super Eagles is a super brand that's beyond the ability of any Nigerian coach dead or alive.
Thank you very much. We have been chatting football, and we have been chatting with sports analysts Harry Awurumibe and Fred Edore. Fred, incidentally, is the chairman of the Sports Writers Association of Nigeria, Lagos State, as well as Mr. Dudu Orume, a football administrator. Thank you all very much for coming. And sorry about the disappointment, but I'm sure we'll do something. We'll do better next time, guys. So don't lose hope. We'll be right back with the home stretch.